Where President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga are currently addressing members of the National Assembly and the Senate regarding the BBI report. The handshake partners seek to have consensus over the constitutional changes proposed in the BBI report. Our reporter in the region, Bridget Garner, has been following up on that meeting and now joins us live. Bridget, it must be a truly closely guarded meeting, isn't it?
Yes, Julius, it is very closely guarded, and even as we speak right now, even the president's security detail from the AD camp and everyone who is in security detail within such a public place has been sent out of the meeting tent. He is meeting more than 200 members of parliament and senators who have been here since yesterday, and the resolution here, or the inclination that we are getting, is that the resolution is to whip these members of parliament in line and that they should pass the proposals inside the BBI inside the BBI report without any changes, that the report should go through as is. And this is information that we also were able to get from the majority leader in the National Assembly, Amos Kimunya. As of yesterday, that was the stand that he had, that they do not have any opposition to the report as is, and this is the recommendation and the feeling of the President and the Right Honourable Raila Odinga, that this report should not be subject to any changes. This is the feeling that right now the President is still talking with the members of Parliament. And let me just give you a brief of what happened here. As of yesterday, there was not so much security concerns in terms of getting into this place. But today we had to wait for like 2 hours outside the gate to just get clearance to get access to this area, and it just shows the sensitivity of this matter to the President and the Right Honourable Raila Odinga. The members of Parliament whom we were able to speak with say they do accept or do agree that this should be a document that should be agreed by the Kenyan people as is, and give room for recommendations maybe afterwards, after this report has been passed and the necessary recommendations have been accepted in Parliament, and the people should be ready for a referendum anytime now. And there's an inkling that this should take place, or the country should prepare for a referendum sometime next year in May or April. And the feeling here also is that those who've been invited are those whose opinions will be heard, but they won't have an impact in the report as is at the moment, because they're saying the steering committee did its work. The public sittings were there during the tours of the BBI steering committee in various parts of the country, and that is when these divergent views were welcome into the report. But right now, when we have the report, it is a baby that has been birthed, and the President feels that this baby should be accepted by the people of this country as is, and we shouldn't be throwing the baby with the bathwater outwards right now when we start calls for different views and divergent views. But we do understand that the Deputy President is leading a faction that is really inclined towards maybe opposing this report. But today, the President and the Right Honourable Raila Odinga are really looking towards whipping the members of Parliament here so that this report should pass through the Parliament as is, and the Kenyans should be ready for a referendum anytime now, even as these members of Parliament are expected to be very key in sensitizing the wananchi, the content of the report and how it's going to benefit the people, despite the reservations the Deputy President and his team have raised regarding this report. So today, Julians, the feeling is that the referendum is going to take place anytime soon, and that is what the President is trying to hammer the members of Parliament into accepting.